Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Makeba Williams, and my mission is to cathartically implement health and wellness practices while pivoting through life lessons of building wealth and achieving philanthropic experiences. And as a result, I ultimately ascend to a meaningful lifestyle of higher places and remarkable spaces while making a difference. This water is so good. It's so good. My name is Makeba Williams, coming out of beautiful, beautiful Atlanta. And today, video, I'm excited, is entitled Tyler Perry, I Stand With You, Divorce, and the Black movie. Okay, so let me bring clarity what I'm not going to do. So, if you're looking for me to review the movie in its entirety, no, I'm sorry, that's not what I do. If you're looking for me to give feedback on the logistics, the structure, I don't do that either, okay? Today's video is dedicated to a few things that we clearly overlook. You know, some time ago, we would, how could I say this? We would critique a movie and find some great things. And then you would have professionals and then you would have movie critics like Cisco, I believe, and Ebert, E-B-E-R-T. They were professionals. And they would go into they would actually deconstruct the movie and reconstruct the movie, right? But today is free for all. And so everybody has a right to say what they want. You know what I mean? This is American freedom of speech. You know what I mean? With boundaries and respect. You know, people have their way of communicating and expressing themselves. And to each his own. But here in my beautiful small space, I prefer to spend time looking at the positivity, the productivity, and the profitable part of it. Okay, so I'm either going to use all three, or I'm going to focus on one or two. And today, everybody, if you follow me, you know I have so much respect and love for, as some would call Mr. Tyler Perry, as some would call Mr. Perry, as some would call TP, as some would call T. He has got a lot of names, but to me, he has impacted me in so many ways. And to be honest, let me show you how phenomenal his impact is. I have never formally met Tyler Perry. That's number one. So I want you all to understand, I'm not getting paid to do this. No, I'm not. I've said this time and time again, I'm not, one, an ambassador. I'm not, two, this is a sponsorship. No. And number three, this is not a collaboration. He has impacted me from a positive, productive, and profitable way where I feel I can use some of my platform and show gratitude. And this is what it's all about. I don't have to know him personally. And the truth be told, honestly, if I did, you all probably wouldn't even know. Because to protect good people that you know, like I know some really good people, to protect them, it's just best not to say anything in today's time, because you got to know where, you have to know where it's authentic and it's pure and it's love and it's respect. So the truth is, if I really just knew him personally on a personal level, I would never, unless that's something that he came about and wanted to open up and say, oh, we know each other, but I would not quickly share that I know Tyler Perry. No, I would not. Just for the protection. And so you can build trust and respect. You know, you can build it. But anyway, back to the positivity, the productivity, and the profitable, how he's impacted me. Now, I have to be honest, I was not one of the ones who went to his plays. I never went to not one. My mother of course, before she passed, my beautiful beloved mother, she sung with Dottie Peoples and many other talented artists, okay? And so she would come to me back then and say, would you like to go to this play? Now, that was during the time I was so busy learning me, discovering who I was, just doing me, okay? And so I declined several times. And that's one of the things I regret, because I could have been one of the blessed ones to say I actually attended a Tyler Perry play. Okay, so I told my mother no, but his name resonated. You know, it just stayed there. So as time progressed, of course, I started hearing about him within our community, either it be on television, his movies, and then one day it clicked. I was like, this is the gentleman my mother has been trying to get me to go see his plays. She just been trying, she would go to his plays, so his movies, and I was like, I was impressed. But what really, really, really resonated with me, and it just stayed, and today I've been smitten by it, that is House of Pain and Meet the Browns. And of course I began to pay attention to his business savvy, how he moved. Now, I'm not talking about, so let me be clear, I'm not talking about how he built his empire. It's his work, how he deliver, how he go about his entrepreneurship adventure and journey. So as time progressed, I was introduced to Tyler Perry originally through my mom with the plays. Unfortunately, I declined, and I'm here to say I wish I would have seen Madea live. I wish I could have seen Madea live. However, we have all had a piece of Tyler Perry, being able to see either his masterpieces, his movies, his shows. And let me tell y'all, I love me some House of Pain and some Meet the Browns. And I can watch it, like I said, like Good Times, I can watch it, and I can watch it, and I can watch it. It's just the writing is so authentic, it's family oriented. I can put it on and go clean up. I can put it on, actually do some work. It's just something that I could do. Now, I support his other shows too as well. Now, I have a guilty pleasure for, drum roll, I have a guilty pleasure for Ruthless, because I'm a social worker, so I'm always intrigued and always curious and why they doing what they do, and that's just me and my personality. So yes, I got bit by Ruthless, and I have been dedicated ever since. And of course, the Oval would be next. I love Bruh because it's coming from a men's perspective. So due to the fact we're able to see Bruh from a man's perspective, men, of course, five, I feel it's good for the women to watch. It's just like Sisters, but now you're getting it from a man's perspective, and I feel we should support that, because it's like a new voice, a new opportunity to see men engage in how they go about dating and the decisions, stressors they deal with, or the addictions they deal with, or whatever. So I would say I'm just a supporter, and never met him, and to be able to be on the sideline. I'm not in the industry, I'm not mixed in it in any form of way whatsoever. It's like to be able to be on the side and to have a bird's eye view, because actually that's what I have. I'm able to see a little bit of this and see a little bit of that and listen to a little bit of that, and just creatively come up with my own experience and perspective about the TPS brand. That's how he's impacted me. You know, I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm like, honey, share your struggle. Let me know where you been. Because when he talks, I get a pastoral vibe. So it's like, okay, I'm feeling that. You're right. He's very open and transparent. And every now and then you got to go back. You got to go back to your roots. You know what I mean? And so I'm not where Tyler Perry is. Okay. But I appreciate his walk, and I appreciate how he opens up. And some of us, you know, we all want a piece of Tyler Perry some way or another. Either some dream and pray to work with him, some dream and pray to collaborate with him, some dream and pray. Everybody has something, right? Okay, he's one individual, but one thing nobody cannot take away Nobody can take this away. He's been able to take bits and pieces of himself and spread it. Either it be hiring. I mean, look at the thousands of people he's hired over the years. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And he is a man of color. So this is not a different situation. Although we are all cultural competence, we're talking about a man of the community has been able to hire. And I think that is phenomenal. Then look at when he did his plays. You know, he was able to go to the church community, the women and men. He was able to cross over. Listen, catch this. He was able to cross over and do shows, okay? And we're talking about he's had shows to run more than 2-3 years. You know, we're in an era where they'll cancel a show in a minute. Honey, they cancel people in a second. So he's been able to have sustainability. Then he's been able to have sustainability, but what you all need to also acknowledge, jobs, right? And that's the beautiful part about this. Let's look at the optimistic. Now, there are other things can be creatively said in terms of what people do and how they do it, but my advocacy is to just show gratitude, and I appreciate the messaging because I am a social worker, so I'm always looking at things from a social worker perspective. And we're gonna go into divorce in the Black. However, my advocacy is only positivity, productivity, profitability. My advocacy is only being positive, productive, and profitable. Okay? So if it's not going to be, I always use the pyramid. That's because I want to go to the pyramid so bad. I'm always talking about the pyramid. So the thumbs will be the base of it, right? So what you all would think the base would be? Positive. Because when you start from a positive perspective, you have more clarity. You have hope. You're aiming. You're thinking higher. And how can you monetize, leverage, make a difference? All of that. Then on the right side of the pyramid, you have productivity. Okay, so if you optimistic about something, let's be productive with it. And then over here, you get all kind of results. And profitable doesn't necessarily mean money per se. It could be just making a difference. It could be changes, whatever you want it to be, honey. So the point that I'm trying to say with this pyramid, when I think of my platform talking about Tyler Perry, okay, I want to come from a positive, productive, and profitable perspective. And I feel at this time, I mean, if you all think about it critically, I mean, just really take a moment and critically think about it. We're in a time where there's no time for anything else. It's just not. We don't have time for narratives that are not going to bring results. We don't have time for those narratives. Right about now, the world is in a shift of making history again. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. We have other things just to focus on right now. You know, the economy. So I would like to use my moment, my beautiful time, right? We're not gonna waste it on positivity, productivity, and profitability. Okay, if it, whatever you all want to make profits on it. The profits can be, oh, she gave some advice. The profits could be, oh, I didn't know that. You know, it could be knowledge, it could be wisdom, or it could just be profits, however you want to define it. So to just sum all of that up, I'm coming with love and respect. And as I've shared time and time again, I have a lot of love and respect for the Tyler Perry brand. I want to focus on how divorce in the Black impacted me. Okay, I've never, first of all, let me be clear, I've never been married. Okay, however, I have been in a position, I've been in a relationship long enough, right, to share how I view divorces. Also, I know people who experience divorces, and being in a position that I am in, life stressors, social norms, different variables can contribute to a divorce. And I want to keep this beautiful and sweet and cute. So I would prefer to say that when you have a lot of candy, when there's a lot of candy at stake, it's like a child when it comes to a divorce, right? I want you to think about this, okay? Because again, this could be a triggering topic, it could be a sensitive topic, it could be an argumentative topic, whatever, right? But I want to come from a space of love and respect, wisdom and knowledge, right? And I want to leave people with hope and not despair. However, I am a social worker, right? So my perspective is going to be different. Now, I know some of you all may say, Makeba, you can't talk about a divorce. You've never been divorced. You're right. You may say, okay, what can you possibly contribute? I can contribute wisdom and knowledge, but I just want to make it, again, creative. A divorce or headed to a divorce, I want you to look at it like this. So before I go into Tyler Perry, I Stand With You, Divorce in the Black, right? This is what this video is entitled. Before I dive into that, also, I want to also give respect to an interview, because I love, let me tell y'all, if I hear a Tyler Perry interview, it's on loop. It's on loop. I'm going to listen to it over and over. I want y'all to think about this. Have you ever gone to like a church and the sermon is so good when you keep listening to it over and over and over? You might back in the days got the little tape, or you got the DVD, or it was just on YouTube, and you just listen. For some reason, for some good reason, right? It's for good cause. When Tyler Perry does interviews, now I'm not talking about, for some reason it's the interviews. I'm not talking about when people, they take a little bit of this, a little bit of that of him interviewing, a little bit of that, and then they combine it and make it a motivational type of video. No. When he sit down, he's focused and he's interviewing. You know what I mean? It's just, and speaking of that, he just recently did an interview with Keke Palmer. Oh, it was so good. Okay, so why I say, first of all, before I even tell y'all why I like that video, I want to say Keke Palmer, y'all need to, Keke Palmer is beyond a triple threat. She's beyond a triple threat. She has it. She is a star. She is not a star in the making to continue to develop. She's it. She's it. She's a Tiana Taylor. Okay, both of them. It's just like Tiana Taylor has that gift. Some people are born with it. They born with it. It's nothing you can. You can't tweak it. You can't replicate it. You can't dissect. It's just, it is what it is. I have always said Tiana Taylor. She has something very distinctive about herself. Her features, her look. And Keke Palmer, they're the future. Remember what I said. They are beyond triple threats. Some people, like I say, some people can sing, but they're acting. You know, you're like, they did a good job. Then they can act, and you're like, they sing. It's like they were born with looks, talent, gifts. They can sing, they can dance. It's just who they are. It's nothing you can't replicate that. It doesn't matter who you go get. It doesn't matter. And why I'm saying this is because Keke Palmer just did a successful, very phenomenal interview with Tyler Perry, and I was so impressed. I was trying to focus, okay, so I was trying to focus in on Tyler Perry, because when he talking about, let me get these golden nuggets, honey. Let me get these golden nuggets, okay? When Keke was talking, I was like, well, keep talking then. You know what I mean? She's just organically that light. It's you can't dim it. You know, some people, they kind of can dim their light to blend in. You can't dim that. And with Tiana Taylor, they just got it. It's just boom. So I said that to say Tyler Perry has a gift. He know who has talent, and he know who we can work with to develop or, you know, kind of mold it a little bit. I'm glad he's going to work with Keke Palmer in the future. She is definitely, and another treat we have coming down the pipeline is Tiana Taylor. Okay, so I'm just impressed with the women and men he's really hiring to get the message out, to get whatever that is in the moment. I'm really impressed. I mean, come on, he's worked with some phenomenal actresses, but I just wanted to kind of hone in on Keke and Tiana Taylor for a reason, because they kind of, it's like a, and I'm a wordsmith, so I have to think for a minute to kind of like identify their light, because it's real deep. It's I mean, from the looks, from the facial expressions, from the voice, from the poise. It's just like Taraji is born. She has that face. She can be a villain. She can be a wife. She's another one. But I kind of wanted to, because when I think of Tiana Taylor, she's around the same age, if I'm not mistaken, as Keke Palmer. So I kind of want to put them in the same category. But they are all phenomenal. But back to the interview, I was so impressed with the interview. So the interview was phenomenal. I was so impressed. I was like, and it was so many golden nuggets in the interview. Typically, I would write down, and I probably would have shared some. I would write down some things that resonated with me, but Tyler Perry said a lot of things in the interview that resonated with me, honey. So I don't want to really take away from the divorce and the black, what I learned. And in terms of that, let's focus on divorce and the black. We're in a time where, okay, so where I'm coming from with the divorce and black, because as I said, I've never been divorced. However, from a social worker perspective, sociologist perspective, and all of the good stuff, honey, I can give my views. Of course, I can do that. But obvious, Tyler Perry did that in the movie, right? So if I'm going to discuss the movie, I want to talk about, how could I say this? I want to briefly talk about, I want you all to ask yourself these few questions, okay? The first one is, as a whole, the black culture as a whole, are we getting married? Just don't answer it. Now, if you decide to go in my comments, let's be professional. As a whole, right? Collectively, the black culture, are we getting married? Number two, the next question I want you to ask yourself, besides as a whole, are we getting married? What is the advocacy behind getting married? What is the messaging for marriage? I want you all to really think about this question. So the first question, collectively, the black culture, are we getting married, right? Like, are we getting married? But the second one, what is the imagery of marriage? How does marriage look to you? And how does it look in our society? And the final question I want you to ask yourself, because these are very good questions. The final question, why are we getting divorced? Why are divorces happening in the black culture? Not somebody that you know, right? Or somebody that I may know. Forget that. Collectively, why are we getting divorces in the time as such as this? I want you to just ask yourself that question. And I want to put it on back to the example I was getting ready to talk about earlier, if I didn't introduce it. The candy theory. Okay, I created this, honey. Marriage is like, it's like a divorce is like considered like candy, right? It's so many different stimulations. People don't have, first of all, I will say this. After you answer those three questions, this is all I want to say, because what I'm not going to do is go into the negativity of marriage, the negativity of divorces. No, you all can have that. Okay, but I will say this. There is so much candy. And when I say candy, it's like you might, like I have nieces and nephews, or some of you all might be parents or aunts or, you know, uncles. So you may be with a child and you say, yes, you can go in the candy store and get whatever you want to get, have some candy. They come back with a basket of candy. They don't focus on the one. It's okay, but I thought you asked for one piece of candy, right? Adults are like that. They are like children. It's like, why did you get married and you knew during the marriage there were going to be some what? Obstacles? That part right there. You knew it was going to be some obstacles. You knew it. You knew it was going to be some obstacles. Let's focus. And do you have what it takes to fight for those? Now, some things are not worth fighting for. Absolutely not. Some things are not worth battling out, struggling with. Absolutely zero tolerance. No. The lights are off. Nobody's in the room. Nobody ain't trying to work nothing out. Okay, so I'm not talking about to that level. I'm not talking about to that. No. I'm talking about prior to you going to get married. Did you, or, and some of y'all might be getting ready to get married now, do you really know that person? If you know, I'm going to use some basic stuff. If you know they love cigarettes, they stop smoking, there's a high probability they are going to do what? Relapse and start smoking cigarettes again. If she has an addiction with shopping, right? And you know, anytime, the only time she's happy, you do know she might stop temporarily, and one day she wakes up and say, I want to go and drop some money at the mall. And she's going to expect for you to what? Pay for it. You know, when you are dating this man and his sex drive, let's keep it professional, right? Polite and professional and welcoming. His intimacy is at a high level. It's at the roof. But he tones it down a little bit to satisfy you. But you knew prior to getting married. Do you see where I'm going with this? So I don't want to go too far down a rabbit hole. I just want you all to start identifying the person that you are with. And do you have, right, honesty within yourself to say this is who they really are? And I don't think we're really ready to accept who a person is. We want to stay in denial, and we want to think they're going to change and stay changed. There is a possibility that they can go back to those behaviors. So in terms of the original questions that I asked you all, what, you know, as a whole, is the black culture getting married? Number two, what was the second question I asked? What is the imagery of marriage in the black culture? And number three, why are we getting divorces in a time such as this? And if you could begin to start from those questions, right? And throw some spirituality up in that thing. You get it? So throw it up in there. Moving forward, I feel you. Now, that's not going to be guaranteed, the Holy Grail, okay? That's not going to be, but you got to put in the work. Because with me, I'm not married. I haven't been married. Yes, would love to be married. I don't plan on being by myself. I don't know. You know, we have, it's so many different narratives going on about what women are doing, why they're not married. It's just, honey, it's so many narratives. It's so many narratives about why black women are not getting married. I've heard they talk too much. I've heard they make too much money. I've heard they overly confident. I've heard so many. I'm tired of hearing it. But at the end of the day, I just know for me, I'm not designed to be by myself. I know there is a significant other for Makeba, you know what I mean? And I don't have to panic. I don't have to settle. I don't have to, and I haven't even given my standards. Nobody knows what kind of man that I'm looking for. Nobody knows what my vision is of dating. I haven't advertised that. I haven't said these are the list of things my man must have. He must have all of this. He got to look like this. He better act like this. I haven't said any of that. So I haven't even put it out there in the atmosphere. cyberspace or any space. I just know I won't be a woman of loneliness because of who I am, my character, my core, my being. I attract. And I'm not saying just sitting here saying, where's my man? No, I'm not. No, I'm not doing none of that. I'm just saying how I'm designed. I just know I'm going to be with somebody. But the point that I'm bringing, the purpose of me bringing all this up is that it is sad to know the statistics. I want to give you all some of the statistics. I'm going to give you all statistics for blacks from Forbes. I can't see nothing. I can't see anything. But I want to read this because when I read it, I was like, are you serious? And I want to give you all this. It says, finally, Black Americans divorce at the highest rate compared to any other ethnicity in the U.S. And particularly, they had 30.8 divorces per 1,000 people in 2018. Now, you can on your own you can do your own due diligence. You can do your own due diligence, and of course, let me put this up. You can do your own due diligence. You can do your own due diligence and go online and see the different narratives they have of women and men sharing they're lonely or they're in a love triangle or they the side chick or they got this thing called poly open. It's just so many different narratives. It's so many. It's a lot, okay? Because I'm on YouTube, so I can see it. And to read that, it tells me that we just don't believe in family structure. You know, I hear women say, I don't need a man. And if you are part of the LGBT community, that would make sense. You should be saying that, right? But I'm not talking about the LGBT community. I have friends that are part of the LGBT community. Okay, I have a lot of love and respect for them. So we're not talking about them. We're talking about the women who are straight and they say they don't need a man. Even the LGBT community, if she is part of the LGBT community, she's being honest about what she wants. She's saying she wants a woman, and she's not afraid to say that. And I commend them for that, right? But when you have a female, why would you walk around here saying you don't need a man if you're not part of the LGBT community? Well, what do you want? It's like, be careful speaking that on yourself, because I'm gonna keep it real. I just don't have no interest in being that Shira. I'm not trying to be the woman with a six-pack, all of that. I'm not interested in being a woman to do everything. Now, I'm not saying I want a man to come in and he replace everything. No, that's not what I'm advocating. But what I'm saying is I don't want to be a woman and I'm doing everything. I'm sprinkling all of me. Okay? My water would be gone before it's over. You know, you have to have something. You have to have someone to pour back into you. You get what I mean? You gotta have hugs. You gotta have that check-in. I don't quite get. It's mental. I quite don't understand. You know what I mean? It's just like when I was cheated on, I discovered that I was cheated on. You know, I had to first. We all go through the grieving process. We do all of that. You get what I mean? We do that. But then I asked God, after I moved on from, okay, we're gonna be business partners. I respect you, you respect me. Let's move on from it, right? We're business partners. I started asking God, okay, show me who I am. Let's get to know one another a little better. Because apparently it's something that I missed. Let me get to know me better. I did not go into, well, you did and you said it. Now, we had our conversations about reality. You do know you cheat on me. Now, we went through the process of that, right? Okay. However, after I began to heal and elevate myself, I began to ask God about me. What is it about me? Because I don't want to repeat this again, right? I don't want to give my all. There it is, right? I don't want to visualize 15, 20 years from now. Do you get it? I don't want to plan for something that I know it ain't going to happen. I don't want to do all of that. So what I have been doing, and this is just a recommendation to men and women, is that I've been going inward and learning more about me. I need to be aligned with someone like me, right? So I got to thinking back and reflecting back. Well, when I was frustrated, what did they do? That part right there. Well, when I was curious about something, how did they respond? Well, when it was time to discuss the bills, do you get it? I actually sat down and I became vulnerable for me. I became transparent for me. And I said, let me learn about me. So now I know that ain't how a man should respond when I want to talk about that. That's not what a man should do. Do you understand? So I would rather, moving forward, have healthy friendships. You know, you go through the little process. But what I won't do is give all of me when, as time progresses, you're stuck and you're trying to heal with a person. You're trying to understand a person. No. Because what happens is, over time, you become depleted. Oh, yes. You become depleted. And then you don't have that inner strength. You don't have that inner goddess, the inner fight. Because you're constantly over there, mentally, emotionally, financially. You over there, right? In that moment with them, and you're what? Dismissing yourself. So I told God, okay, it's you and me. We buzz. We buzz, right? We 2 peas apart. Let me focus on me. And this time, right, when something is presented, I can say, I've been here before. But that ain't how I want a man to talk to me. That is not how I want a man to treat me. That is not what, do you get? I want my voice should be heard. I should be seen. So I'm valuable, right? It's just like Tyler Perry said. It resonated with me when he was talking to Keke Palmer. He had an interview with Keke Palmer, as I said earlier. And he said, getting to worthy. I was like, yeah, getting to worthy. He says that a lot about work. Higher, that's one of his buzzwords. Higher is one of his buzzwords. Getting to worthy is one of his buzzwords. And there's a couple of them because I listen to his to his interviews. I listen to the interviews. And I know, like I said, higher is one and worthy is another one. There's a few other ones that he dropped them. He's gonna talk about it. And it's like getting to worthy. Getting to worthy. Do you spend, how much time do you spend getting to worthy? When so many things around you, right? So many things around you attacking. And you're trying to stay elevated. We're talking about relationships, right? You're trying to stay elevated. But the other person may not feel worthy. So now you're like, I got to share my worthy. I got to dismiss my worthy. I got to ignore my worthy. Because I got to share. And then when they get it, they step on it. When they get it, they spit on it. When they get it, they disrespect it. Is this making any sense? So, back to this. Collectively, Is the black culture getting married? 2, the second question, what is the imagery of the black culture being married? And number 3, why is the black culture even getting divorced? And that goes back to, I keep using the candy as an example, right? Hopefully I'm tying this in. It's like the candy would be options, choices, distractions. When are we going to take accountability and say, I'm going to focus on this and I'm going to stay dedicated to it? Because are we taught to love with loyalty? Are we taught to love with respect? Are we taught unconditional love? Are we taught that? Are we taught? I'm going to say it again. Are we taught to love with loyalty? But you taking that risk, I know, because the other person, it goes back to sharing your worthy, may not have loyalty, may not have a loyalty spirit. They may not have that. They may at the beginning, for convenience, for opportunity, do you personal gain? Oh, it's there. They may have it for those reasons. But then you wake up one day and discover, didn't I give you something not worthy? Did I not give you some? And you stepped on it. Did I not give you something not worthy? You spit on it. Did I not give you? Do you get it? And now you're with 50%. A couple of years later, 25%. Then you start questioning, are you worthy? Back to the it's a lot of candy in the candy store. Let's be honest. We know candy is really not good for you. We know candy is one of the top killers, right? So when it comes to marriage, again, I've never been married, and it is my hope and prayer that if somebody right now going through divorce, that they find peace, right? They find peace. That's all I'm saying. Find love and peace within. I'm more so talking to probably people in my position who were once considering it, who was once engaged, who was once giving your all, and then you woke up one day and realized, this is not the person that I knew. And you got to begin to first, before you even can get to worthy, because I'm getting to my worthy, right? I have the elevation, I have the quantum leap, I have all of that, right? You got to first go into forgiveness. Okay, I forgive them, right? And that's how I was able to finally go to God and say, okay, it's me and you. Let's talk about us. Where am I, God? Come on. Show me. Who am I? I have to do things that I'm like, oh, I gotta do that. Then I'm like, okay, I look forward to doing that. All right, I didn't know I was like that. I had to go back and reflect for me, right? And then as I started at the lower level, I went very low with this. Then I began to build. But this is where it gets tricky. When you begin to build, I want you all to think about this. When you begin to really, really build, unknown attacks begin to happen. Oh, you think you're better than me. Oh, you want to do what I do. What makes you think you deserve that? Because you're no longer, right, that person you were. However, you're becoming the person you're born to be. And some people meet that person early and they lose it. Gain it back, lose it. Gain it back because life has those ebbs and flows, those dips, those highs and lows. So you're going to go through it. You just be wiser, right? More knowledgeable. Come on. You lead with confidence. And I noticed, this is the funny part about this, getting to worthy. This goes back to Keke Palmer and Tyler Perry's interview. He said, get to worthy. Now where I am, catch this, I'm getting to worthy, but now I'm being questioned. What make me think I'm worthy? That part right there. That part right there. What make you think you're worthy? When Right? When you know you can see it, when you know you can feel it, when you know you feel it, you there, you feel it, right? You can see it, but somebody tap you, excuse me ma'am, excuse me ma'am, excuse me. They tapping you, right? Excuse me. It's like the ushers in church. Put that gum up. You put that gum up. Stop talking. You know how the ushers put their hand up? That's how these life stressors, they come. They tap in you. Excuse me. What make you think you can have that? Excuse me. What make you think you can do that? Excuse me. What make you think you do? You get it? And you're coming out of the forgiveness. You're coming out of, I was that low. You're coming out of all of that. But now you finally saying, I see myself in higher places. I see myself doing higher things. You see it, right? And you feel it, right? You gotta have both of them. You just can't be feeling it and don't see it, and you can't be seeing it and can't feel it. You gotta know like you know, like you know, like you know. And it's like you see it, like I can see it and I can feel it, but then you get them taps. It's no, Makeba, no. You can't, right? But you've already dealt with what you can't do. You've already heard what you're not. You've already seen. That's what I'm talking about. That little area. And so that's the people that I'm talking to. I'm talking to the people, right? And let's reflect this back to Divorced in the Black. I've never been married, but I've been in a situation where I understand. And when we look at the movie Divorced in the Black, written, produced, and directed by Tyler Perry, and I want you all to go see this movie because it's very educational and it's something special that I want to talk about. When you have a movie like that, sometimes we're afraid to really look at who we were once, who we are, or we're headed that way. Seen Tyler Perry movie. This how a typical person be. I just seen Tyler Perry movie. Jane Doe, girl, you need to see that movie because I know you going through some stuff. All right, that part right there. I know you going through some stuff, honey. Girl, you need. Yes, honey. Please go to Amazon, honey. Go, hurry up. Call me when you done seeing it. Do you get it? Because we are empowering someone. We're kind of like can connect the dots. Like, girl, did you see that movie? Honey, I used to date somebody like that. A girl, oh man, you seen that movie? Man, my wife, man, she used to be tripping. I cheated on her, man. She ain't never forgive me. You have something you can relate to. And with my platform right now, where I am, I'm tying the getting to the worthy, right, to ignoring the taps on the shoulder. You know, it goes back to the taps. Excuse me, miss. No, miss. It's like that tap. You know, I'm getting to the worthy, but them taps. So I have to be one of the ones to ignore the taps. I have to be one of the ones to just stay tunnel vision. I'm very tunnel vision, probably a little too much. But the point that I'm trying to say, I'm saying all of this to say, the movie, it touches on many life stressors, many variables, so many things it touches on, where in a household, someone that you may know may come from a dysfunctional family, right? Because this was deep rooted. This was very deep rooted, you know. And parents have a tendency to plant seeds in their children, right? And they're not going to see they are wrong. However, within their soul, right, they may begin to tap and want to know if it's wrong. And if they begin to ask and seek that, they will begin to get the answers, right? So we can't just put it on Dallas, because you can see the mother. Do you get what I mean? And if you kind of look at our culture, you see it on social media. Yes, you do. We can agree or disagree. We can agree or disagree. You see it on social media, by product of your family or your environment, as they say in social work. So you can see it. You can obviously see it. How adults were raised or how the children are being reared. You can see it. It's obvious. And sometimes we're broken. You attract another broken person. And sometimes it's by design to heal the broken person. But the person who came to heal, they need rest and peace too. So this is a movie I would highly recommend. It has some comical moments in it. The funeral to me, and I'm going to wrap this part up, was very emotional. It was very, very emotional. And why I say it was emotional, because in today's time, I equate that to when, unfortunately, someone passes away in our community, they begin to fight over property. It's no different. Or if you have a grandparent to pass, the children begin to fight over the legacy, the inheritance. Do you understand what I'm saying? It is no different. It's ugly. It is very ugly. It happens. So during this moment, you could take the funeral moment and equate it to things that you may see online. So let me give you an example. There was one couple getting married, and they identified this particular woman that showed up as the mistress. I don't know if she's the mistress or not. However, due to the fact the two are getting married and a third person shows up, it would appear, catch this, that she is the mistress. But how do we know she is the mistress? How do we know the other woman is the mistress? That's all. That's why I say all of this happens. It just happened to be told in a creative way by a writer, producer, and a director. It just happened to be, as we all know, he's either known as Mr. Tyler Perry, TP. I've heard people call him T. He has a lot of names, right? So I want you all to think out of the box and reflect back to things that you've seen or heard. And to me, the funeral scene was so profound because it made me think about social media and some of the things that we see and hear. Either it be on different platforms. I don't want to call out platforms, but when we see these platforms, when we're on these platforms, it may appear in our algorithm, and you're like, I can't believe that happened. Like, what do you mean? So when I saw the funeral scene, I was not shocked. I was emotionally back to the couple getting married, or another couple, they were getting married and a woman got ready to approach the bride, and her daughter, from my understanding, came out of nowhere to fight the woman. So it's so many different things, right, that is going on now in the world that I was not shocked about the funeral scene. It's just emotionally reinforced. This is occurring and we must do better. It's occurring and we're all held accountable. And why I say we are all held accountable, because this goes back to, how do you have 5 boys in a small community from little bitty ages up into grown men harassing the community? I want y'all to marinate on that. Nobody asks that question. Nobody asks that, and it happens. So that's why I say everybody's held responsible, from the sheriff. So how can you have 5 boys harassing from they were little bitty itty kids to adults? You know, I fought the town. Everybody's that, and that goes back to today. It's like you get in a relationship, and you look at a person's past. It's like you've been doing that all your life. You've been who you are all your life, and unfortunately, we look for love. Some would say in all the wrong places, and unfortunately, we have to deal with the consequences and the repercussions of it. So everybody is held responsible, and we need to start taking accountability. To me, the divorce in the Black was a 10 out of 10, because it goes into what we are dealing with in the Black culture, because we are dealing with it. We are dealing with it. And I try to be creative, cute, welcoming, respectful when I use the candy as an example, because like I say, kids, it's like a candy store. Divorce is like a candy, you know. If it's not finances, it's infidelity, it's domestic violence, it's either narcotics. It's going to be different variables to contribute to that divorce. But it's my hope and prayer moving forward that we can look at this movie and learn from it and begin to identify behavior more so than anything. We can say, okay, like I was talking about the funeral scene, you can tie that in. You can equate that to, like if a grandparent passed, you can equate that to is there a will, and if it's not, then you're gonna have a lot of bickering and who did what, and it's no different than that funeral scene. You have some family members, unfortunately, when someone passed and money was involved, they're still not talking 10, 15, 20 years later. They're still not talking. They're still not talking to this day. So let's take divorce in the Black and let's learn from it. You get what I mean? Let's learn and help one another. Let's be an example. Let's begin to say the Black culture collectively, they are getting married. The Black culture marriages are very positive, very productive, very profitable. The Black culture, they're not getting divorced. Can we say that? You know, can we begin to say that instead of spending time tearing things apart, shredding them apart, stepping on it and spitting on it? Let's spend a little bit more time looking within ourselves and saying, well, the movie is about a divorce. Where am I when it comes to dating? Because I clearly learned a lot. I saw so much. I saw a lot of behavior, and it goes back to, you know, having my master's in social work. So I'm like, oh, mental health is at its peak, and it's in our community. And I get it. You know, we want to continuously say these narratives are happening. Social media, sweetie, is happening. Social media every day is 24 hours, 365 days a year. It's happening. And they begin to quickly go to social media and post it. So these people are being expressive. They're being vulnerable. They're like, you all listen to me. You got some people out there, they have nothing but social media to rely on to have someone to listen to them. They don't have friends. They don't have organizations. They don't have college classmates. They don't have aunts and uncles. All they have is this. If the young lady, the midlife crisis, whomever, it doesn't matter the age, if they feel they don't have anybody, they feel, let me go on social media. Let me go on social media and express myself. These narratives are not only told by Tyler Perry. And I've said it before. Some of you all call him Mr. Perry. Some of you all call him TP. Some of y'all call him T. He has many names. He is not the only person. He just has a phenomenal platform. He just happened to be one of the blessed people to have a phenomenal platform. He is doing service. He is using his services to the best of his ability. But he is not the only one. So this is not a story of his that is an isolated, exclusive story. It's on social media. If you take time, some people identify as being ratchet. They might say ratchet news, ratchet TV, ratchet one, ghetto. They are the ones who are not afraid to tell these stories. Tyler Perry happened to just make it polished. It just happened to be on television. I mean, it's streaming. He is not the only one confidently telling a story. If you go on social media, it's being told. Raw. Straight raw. No editing. He or she somebody tonight might get on social media and show you a whole fight in their kitchen. With a baby. With a baby, an infant in the kitchen. Look how this man is treating me. Look how this woman is treating me. Look how my mom is treating me. Look how my brother is treating me. They are not afraid because that's a form of seeking help. That is a form of reaching out. That is a form. So we need to take these narratives, right? Take the knowledge for what it is and bring some hope to it. We need to take the narrative, divorced and black, and ask the questions. Well, you know what, Tyler Perry? I agree with you. I really do. Because in our culture, as a collective, are we getting married? How many invitations the last 3 years you've gotten to a wedding? Or you heard somebody, oh, I can't go out with you this weekend because I'm going to a wedding. Or I can't because I'm going to a wedding. Or your neighborhood community, oh, it's a wedding. When the last time you've been to a restaurant, a whole group of people came in looking beautiful because they went to a wedding. It may have been a picnic wedding, so they're going to dinner or something. Or you pass by a church and you see people outside taking photos. Okay, the next question. What is the image of a marriage? When you're out, do you see a couple hugged up, kissing? Baby, I got it. Holding hands, giving advice. How often do you see couples together? We're talking about really sticking together. They are together. He ain't moving without her, and she ain't moving without him. That's mine. That's mine. Okay, well, if that's the case, you need to ask, why are we getting divorced? It's too much candy. It's too much stimulation. I forgot the ratio they said in Atlanta. In Atlanta, it's 8 females. Is it 7 females to 1 guy? I don't know. It's something I used to hear all the time. It's something. It's a lot of candy. You know, I've heard men say, I can get 5 of her. I've heard it. I've heard women say, well, if you can't get me the starter kit. Y'all know what the starter kit is, right? It's a purse. It's the start. I've heard women say this. Okay? I've heard women say, if he can't give me the starter kit, and I'm like, what is a starter kit? When I think of a starter kit, I'm thinking like a little bike or starter, something to do with a motorcycle or something to that point. They say, oh, we forgot. You don't know what a starter kit is. A starter kit is a purse, a couple of pieces of jewelry, a Honda, Toyota, something like that, a car. I promise you, I've heard them say that. I said, are you kidding me? Are you serious? If he can't do a starter kit, but he can't. Hey, if that's what she likes, I love it for her. A starter kit. This is what we are. You know what I mean? This is the era we're in. So it's like, is marriage for the future of the black culture? That really needs to be the question. Is that a part of our culture? Getting married, the family, the husband, wife, the children, the dog, the picket fence. Does it still exist? I don't know. I'm just telling you all that, you know, I believe in touch, smile, let me hear you, what's up? You know, I believe in engagement. So I know I'm designed to be with a person. I just can't see me just by myself. And I don't believe in the method. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a woman who does everything. I believe in the soft life, okay? I truly believe in being a woman at her fullest potential. I'm just sorry. It is. Y'all cannot like me. I don't give a care. A flying hoop. I am totally 100% about soft life, okay? And I'm not talking about convenience. I'm not talking about being luxury. I'm not talking about those type of things. That's shallow. I'm talking about being in my fullest. Because when a woman is at her peak in her feminine energy, she could conquer the world. A man would be quite happy. If there are any men on my YouTube, okay, because I know they come on my Instagram. I want you to try this. Begin to treat her. Let her be her fullest goddess, her fullest feminine energy. Things will change in your household. Just try it. Try it. But some men have been taken advantage of. Some men, they ain't been raised right. Some men have adopted different type of ways. I mean, obviously I'm not talking about those men, okay? Let them be who they are. Let them do them. But I'm talking about the ones who would love to be in a relationship and build with her and potentially get married or do all that good stuff or whatever. Let her be in her fullest potential. Let her fullest feminine goddess. And that's if she's right now. She got to be right. I'm not talking about fraudulent. I'm not talking about scamming. I'm talking about she is aligned with you. Y'all are aligned with God and all of that good stuff. See what you get. Whatever you got going on, she gonna triple it. Remember, women bring value. That's what we bring. We're nurturers. We're there to heal it. We're here to wipe it down. We're here to make it smell good. Put a little sprinkle of love. Put a little sprinkle. That's what we do. We're like gardens. If you ever go in a garden, if you're not, of course, allergic, you go into a garden, you like, oh, that's what a woman, if she's at her fullest potential, that's what a man will do. But now, if she's not, you got something else. But I'm just talking about the ones who, they want that feminine touch around them. Them women know what I'm talking about. Fullest, right? I'm not talking about 20%. I'm not talking about 50%. She's at her full potential of being that feminine woman. You look forward to going home. Why? There is no arguing. What you gonna argue for? Because she is happy, and you gonna, trust me, you gonna be happy. And unfortunately, we have equated soft life to just shopping. No, honey, it's more to it than that. I don't want my man to come home. We just shop. Can we do something else? Can we do something else besides shopping? I'm not looking forward to just shopping. You get sick over time. You can only wear so many outfits. You can only have so many pieces of jewelry. Trust me. You want somebody who's going to do more than just give you money to shop. You want to shop, yes, but you want him to offer more than that. You get what I'm saying? So we're not just talking about when women equate soft life to just shopping. No, or just convenience. It's everything about you. It's your core. It's from your crown to your feet. It's everything about this woman. Everything she touches is soft. It's like when you get in her presence, it's like a breath air. That's what I'm talking about. It's like a fresher breath air. You're like, oh, it's like getting around that safe space. Either it could be a mother, a father, an aunt. And it's like when you're around that person, you're like, oh. That's how her feminine energy is going to be. The right one. And sometimes you got to get out there. It's like women, sometimes they have to kiss a couple of frogs. I get it. Some men, they got to, you know, do a couple of things before they get with that right one. But they know when they get with that right one, it's like, I can finally take my shoes off. They take them shoes off. They relaxed. It's this, that energy. You know what I mean? You feel good around that person. You just be transparent. Let me tell you what happened to me. And she's going to listen. You all are going to talk together, communicate effectively, come up with beautiful solutions. She's going to have your best interest for everything you do. There's going to be positive constructive criticism. There's going to be a prayer, and it's going to be the opposite too, because he's going to bring those. You get what I mean? He's going to pour into her, and she's going to pour into him. That's what I'm talking about. But I have overdone myself when it comes to dating, okay? I wasn't going to go there. I said I wasn't, I said I wasn't going to go into the relationship dynamics. I wanted to talk about divorce in the black, but I wanted to give you all some statistics on that, right? About we are in a place where it needs to improve. We must do better. We must do better. I also wanted to bring up two more things when it comes to divorce in black. Back in the day when a movie came out, we went straight to the soundtrack. Did we not? Oh, yes, we did. We were like, oh, I love that song. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's my jam. What happened to that? Nobody's talking about the music in divorce in black. There was one song that stood out to me. Now, I must say this to my audience. I'm very culture competent. I can listen to just about anything. However, I'm strategic in what I listen to because I'm more of a reader, you know, and then I'm a creator. So when I'm creating, I have to listen to certain sounds. I have to either, like if my energy is low, y'all will be shocked what I listen to. If my energy is low, I listen to epic music, you know, that military music, like war is about to happen, they're working out, they're getting things together. I love that. Or I'm listening to classical for that creativity, or I'm listening to jazz, or I'm listening to gospel. I'm not big on listening to a lot of music, but I have a lot of respect for old music, okay? So just to give you that, but there was one song, I was like, I am really feeling this particular song. And it made me think about the show I used to watch called Heart of Dixie. I'm a Southern Belle. And basically Heart of Dixie was about a Dr. Zoe. She moved from New York down south. And worked to practice. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay. So when I heard the song, I was like, Heart of Dixie. It just, Heart of Dixie. I was like, oh, this is Heart of Dixie all day. It's Heart of Dixie. So I want to give credit to TPS music department. I guess that's what you call it. They did a phenomenal job. This song right here is a 10 out of 10. I was impressed with this song. I was impressed. I don't know, maybe because I just love Heart of Dixie. But I'm gonna let you all hear some of it. When I say that song is a 10, they did that. I want to give them credit and so much respect because that song is a 10. I was like, man, that's a beautiful song. That's such a beautiful song. So that stood out for me, and it just made me say, oh, I want to go see Heart of Dixie. It just made me want to go see Heart of Dixie. I was like, oh, he's taking me back to Heart of Dixie. Oh, from the wardrobe. That was a show that I adored. I also used to like Desperate Housewives. Yes, I'm telling on myself what I used to watch. Yes, I used to love me some Desperate Housewives. And that little theme song. Yeah. And of course, Sex in the City. Sex in the City. Alright. Okay, back to Divorce in the Black. Now, I want to talk about someone in particular who I have always adored. I always adored this person. Always. Of course, I always adored Megan Good. Yes, I did. Have y'all seen her body? She is just so pow, pow, pow. She make a sister want to go work out. But I want to give my dedication to Debbie Morgan. Debbie Morgan. I want to talk about her. Okay. When I discovered Debbie Morgan was going to be featured in Divorce in the Black, I was like, oh, the first thing came to my mind, you all know what I'm about to say, is Eased by You, because I've seen it so many times, honey. I thought I was in Eased by You. I probably can quote lines. Like I can quote lines for Meet the Browns and the House of Pain. I can quote them lines. They're my babies. But in terms of Debbie Morgan, I was like, oh, the beautiful Debbie Morgan is going to be in the Divorce in the Black. That is history. She is considered legacy. I was like, oh my goodness, she is in Divorce in the Black. So I just wanted to first I want to read. I went to Wikipedia. I wanted to read. I'm going to read this to you all. I'm going to read, but check in, okay? Deborah Ann Debbie Morgan is an American film and television actress. Morgan has appeared in a number of film and television productions and may be best known for the role of Angie Baxter Hubbard on the ABC soap opera All My Children. Morgan was the first African American to win the Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series for her performance as Angie in 1989. I'm sorry, y'all know my vision. She is also known for her role as the seer in the 4th and 5th season of Charmed. In film, her performance as Moselle Baptiste Delacroix and Eve's Bayou 1997 earned critical acclaim and the Independent Spirit Award for Best Supporting Female. More recently, she played a recurring role as Estelle Green in the Starz crime drama series Power and its spin-off Power Book 2 Ghosts from 2014 to 2021, and also co-starred in the Fox drama series Our Kind of People. So some of her, I would like to read her filmography. Debbie has been working since 1971. Debbie Morgan, the Debbie Morgan, has been working since 1971. I said, there's no way I'm going to watch Divorce in the Black and ignore someone of her status and not mention her name, especially being in a creative space like this. She will have some, I will say her name. 1971, Cry Uncle. 1974, Amazing Grace. 1975, Mandingo. 1976, Taxi Driver. 1976, The Monkey Hustle. 1979, Love, Savage, Furry. 1981, Thornwell. 1984, The Jesse Owens Story. 1987, Guilty of Innocence. 1987, Guilty of Innocence. 1988, Oliver and Company. 1992, Perry Mason. 1997, Eve's by You. Look, let me tell y'all, Eve's by You. Eve's by You made me want to do a few things. It made me want to go to Louisiana. It made me want to purchase like a bed and breakfast. I said, I'm going to bed. I'm gonna go to Louisiana and give me a bed and breakfast. I've always said that. Besides wanting to take some pictures, I said I want to go to Louisiana and take me some pictures. I want to put on me some vintage dresses and go to Louisiana and them old homes and take me some pictures. Honey, it's something about me and some pictures in Louisiana. I said I'm going. I don't know what homes I'm going to. I'm working that out. So I can't say that right now, but I know I will, because I have most of the dresses. I'm so loving the idea to go to Louisiana. But East Bayou, such a wonderful masterpiece with Lynn Whitfield, Journey, and the cast. And by the way, Megan Good is in that. All of them phenomenal. And Samuel Jackson, everybody's in that. Okay, 1999, She's All That. 1999, Spawn 3. 1999, The Hurricane. 1999, Asunder with Blair Underwood. A 10. That's really good. It's dark, but it's very good. 2000, Love and Basketball. 2004, Woman, Thou Art Loose. 2005, Coach Carter. 2005, Back in the Day. 2006, Relative Strangers. 2006, Color of the Cross. She has been working. She's been working, okay? 2015, Royal Family Thanksgiving. 2015, Royal Family Christmas. 2016, Toni Braxton. Oh, she is one of my favorites. She's like a girl crush. Everybody loved Toni Braxton with that deep, raspy voice. It's so sexy. Toni Braxton, Unbreak My Heart. 2018, Rent and Elf. 2019, Sextuplets. I just thought about something. 2019, Merry Little Christmas. 2020, Merry Little Christmas Wedding. 2021, Big 50. 2021, Merry Little Christmas Baby. 2021, American Gangster Presence. Big 50. 2023, Keisha Cole, This Is My Story. In 2024, Divorce in the Black. Television, that's movies, y'all, filmography. 1976 to 1977, Good Times. Did y'all just hear me? Debbie Morgan was in Good Times. I will say her name. 1976, 1977, What's Happening? Oh my goodness. 1979, The Love Boat. 1979, Roots, the TV miniseries. She was in Roots, the TV miniseries. 1979, The White Shadow. 1980, The Incredible Hulk. 1981, Sanford. 1981 to 1982, Behind the Screen. 1980 to 1982, Trapper John, MD. 1982 to 2013, All My Children. Let me say this again, because I don't think you all understand how many years that is. From 1982 to 2013, she was on All My Children as Dr. Angela Baxter Hubbard. 1990 to 1991, Generations. 1991, A Different World. 1992, The Cosby Show. 1992, Herman's Head. 1992 to 1993, Rock. 1993 to 1995, Loving. 1995 to 1997, The City. 1997 to 1998, Port Charles. 1997 to 1998, General Hospital. 1999, Spawn. 1999 to 2000, Any Day Now. 2000, City of Angels. 2001, The Practice. 2000 to 2001, Strong Medicine. 2000 2001, Boston Public. 2001, Providence. 2001 to 2002, Soul Food. Marinate on that. 2002 to 2003, Charmed. 2002 to 2003, For the People. 2004, Touching Evil. 2006, Ghost Whisperer. 2006, Clothes for Home. 2006 to 2007, The Bold and the Beautiful. 2011 to 2012, The Young and the Restless. 2014 to 2020, Power. 2017, The Defenders. 2018, The Quad. 2019 Tales, 2019 to 2021 Bigger, 2020 to 2023 Power Book 2 Ghost, 2021 Fantasy Island, 21 to 22, 2021 to 2022 Our Kind of People, and to be announced Beauty in the Black. I'm gonna leave it right there. That's Olivia. Now, if we're gonna discuss anything, let's discuss legacy. Let's discuss the legacy. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna say her name. Her name is Debbie Morgan. When I saw Divorce in Black, besides the life stressors, the mental health, the phenomenons that our culture is dealing with, I saw Debbie Morgan, and I was like, this is a masterpiece from the music. And by the way, Megan Good had on a yellow suit so sharp. I said, I need to find me a yellow suit. When Megan Good put that suit on, I was like, whoever Tyler Perry hires for music and for wardrobe, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They never miss. They never ever miss. I said, I'm so about to go find me, because see, I put this gold on right here. This is literally silk. This is 100% silk. This is like loungewear pajamas. I want a suit. I said, I'm gonna go find me the sharpest yellow suit. When Megan Good put that suit on, I said, you do that, Megan, with the body. She is body. Megan Good is in full throttle shape. She's on that level 10 shape regimen like Angela Bassett. That's the Angela Bassett category with the working out. That's that, ladies. I'm telling you right now, Angela Bassett and Megan Good regimen. That's the grown woman workout. That's a grown woman workout. I'm still in the cute section. When she put that suit on, I said, oh my goodness, I'm about to go buy me a. Y'all making me look for a yellow. I want me a yellow suit. Okay, I want my pants to be wide leg. Ooh, and like it's a look that I'm looking for. So designers, y'all start working on the yellow suit. It's women out there looking for a yellow suit. They just ain't said it. They know they like their yellow suit. Megan Good wore that yellow suit. I'm gonna find one. I'm gonna find me a yellow suit. And it wasn't like, it was like a funny type of yellow. Stylists knew what they were doing. But back to the beautiful, talented actress Debbie Morgan. I was like, this is such a treat to have history in this movie. I say Tyler Perry, he did not miss. He didn't miss. He didn't miss. And besides, the real narrative of divorces, because you know some of the people in the movie, they did unfortunately go through divorces. And I kind of want to talk about Debbie Morgan, because once I saw her name, I went and Googled Debbie Morgan. Now, if you don't know, I'm in a process of working on a home library. Okay, I got to get the house first, but that's another conversation. Okay, my vision is to have a $2.5 million home. Okay, it's the vision. Okay, please do not call me and ask me for money. Horrible. Don't call me and say, "Oh, Makeba got." If she about to buy a $2.5 million house, that means she got to have 10 million. Okay. Okay, they say visualize. I see myself in a $2.5 million home. Who knows? God may put me in 5 million. I'm just saying 2.5 was an area that I was looking at. But anyway, I said, let me Google Debbie Morgan. And I began to Google her. And of course, I stopped. And then I said, I want to see Eased by You again. I was like, oh, because every time I see Eased by You, I always think of Samuel Jackson. I always think of Lynn Whitfield. I always think of Debbie Morgan. I always think of Megan Good, some like just the whole team. I'm always thinking about them. I'm like, oh my god, because it's like a masterpiece. You can see like over and over, and over and over. And so I said, let me Google. So I was Googling her, and then I got sidetracked. Like, I want to see Ease by You. But then I came back. I brought myself back to the moment of Debbie Morgan. And as I began to research her, I came across something. And I was shocked. And I was like, why I didn't know about this? Because I am a reader. Like, I'm really a reader. And you all know what? Guess what? Debbie Morgan wrote a book back in 2015, and I was a little hurt because I said I would have purchased her book. Okay, this was not back when I was all the way broke. I was all the way broke because it was a time I was like, I had to archive the book and wait a long time to get that. I was real broke. Okay, so I was like, during that time I could have purchased her book. I was a little hurt because about, I would say, once a year I see Ease by You, I find it. Don't watch my Ease by You. It's just one of those pieces that you could just watch. It's like Good Time. It's like House of Pain, Meet the Browns. Them are my shows, you know. So anyway, I went and I did something beautiful. Okay, so let me show y'all what I did. I went to Barnes and Nobles. I did not find her masterpiece at Goodwill because you all know I have been working on this so diligently, working on my library for my home. So I've been purchasing books at Goodwill, you know, and Goodwill mission is we put people to work. So I'm like, okay, I'm giving back and I'm getting a masterpiece. I did not find this book at Goodwill. But if I did, I would have been like, oh, another master. I found so many masterpieces at Goodwill. Y'all gonna be like, you got that at Goodwill? Yes, I did. But I went to Barnes and Nobles and I got this. Look, this has something to do with Debbie Morgan. I'm so excited, y'all. Because it's like, oh, I'm just so excited. Okay. Y'all see. I purchased Debbie Morgan book. I'm so happy for myself. Okay, the book, she's so beautiful. The Monkey on My Back by a memoir, Debbie Morgan, Breaking a Generational Curse. Do y'all, I will bring it up closer. She's so beautiful. You see? Look at that. And then I'm going to show you the back of it. So the back of the book, it says, Debbie Morgan is an accomplished and award-winning actress whose career has spanned more than 3 decades. Her iconic role on All My Children won the hearts of millions all around the country. A Daytime Emmy Award for Best Supporting Actress and 3 more nominations. She has also appeared in several films, including Ease by You, for which she won the Independent Spirit Award and the Chicago Film Critics Association Award for Best Supporting Actress. Now, Debbie is stepping into the publishing world with her first book, The Monkey on My Back, and performing her one-woman show of the same name to sold-out audiences, Debbie Morgan. And this book was written back in 2015. So I said, this is how divorce and the black impacted me. I want to give back and show my gratitude. So it's like, again, I'm not going through a divorce. I'm in a place in my life where I'm loving myself, learning so much about myself, and creating a beautiful life for myself. And I'm gonna keep hope, prayer, whatever it takes, you know, as long as it's aligned. I am looking forward to a significant other, you know, in the future, whatever God has for me. But I'm not going to not experience things. I'm gonna put myself out there, right? But in the right way. You get what I mean? But I'm so loving me, and I'm doing so much right now for me, where I'm just learning about myself. You get what I'm saying? But I know I'm destined to be with someone. But I wanted to show so much love and respect for our history, because we need to know our history. We need to know who we are, you know, what we did, where we come from, what we represent. This right here is legacy. You know what I'm saying? This is legacy. And of course, Megan Good also has written a book. Okay? No, I haven't. I have her book as well. Okay? So I just wanted to share how I appreciate the culture. Either it be a shirt, either it be a book or some seasoning. I'm just showing support and love and appreciation, because I'm pretty sure she has something in this book that is impactful, but she has plenty in this book that is life-changing for all of us. You get what I'm saying? Either it's the one golden nugget or everything she says. And I said, okay, I gotta get Debbie Morgan's book. Gotta get her book. I'm so happy because I've seen her in so many different movies and shows. I'm like, oh, I have so much respect and love for her. Gotta get her book. So I just wanted to share that with you all. How when I saw how Divorce in the Black, that's why I say it impacts people in different ways. You know, Tyler Perry impacts us in so many different ways. You'll be surprised. And I'm not one of the ones, you know, I'm not trying to be an actress. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just a person who likes to be entertained. I love his content. His content always have a message. I have yet to see a Tyler Perry movie and then I've learned something every time I'm watching something. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a show, I'm learning something. It doesn't matter if I know it or not. It's like reinforcement. Or I'm watching a movie and it's a message. It's like, yeah, that is happening in our community. Oh yeah, they do. People do that. Oh yeah, that is. You know what I'm saying? It's always something, a lesson. It's never a critique where it's like, that ain't us. No, sweetie, I don't mean to hurt your feelings. That's us. It really is. And he is just as confident, like I said, as the young woman. Let me put our book up. He is just as confident as the young woman with the phone, and she's currently experiencing domestic violence. So she takes out her phone and show the argument. Or it's like a teenager, he sees his partners fighting and he's like, I'm gonna show it. Now a lot of times people show this stuff for personal gain, to get either monetized or new subscribers. But then you do have those people, they may not have family and friends, they may not be part of an organization, they may not have gone to college, they may not have a trade, they may not have a person. So this is their person, and it's like, I'm going to cut this phone on and share with you all what I'm currently dealing with in that moment. And we are all held accountable. Do we look at it and laugh? Do we look at it and say, that ain't us, and we criticize, right? Because I feel when you go beyond a movie and start talking about other things, that's personal. That's personal. That's the personal agenda. But when you look at Divorce in the Black and see, and I can see, like I told you all, the funeral scene, that quickly made me think about, oh honey, a will. Everybody need to do a will. That made me quickly think about when the couple was getting married and the woman showed up and she wanted to fight, or the other couple who was getting married and the daughter got ready to fight the woman who approaching her mom. See what I'm saying? Or it made me think about the character Dallas, how he was just so unhappy and he had that poodle face, that sadness about him, and that incompetence about him and that frustration about him. I'm like, I've seen that before. You get what I mean? Now, I haven't seen domestic violence, but I've seen that before. That has a lot to do with how you're raised, and the mama. And it's like, sometimes we instill that into our children. But the thing about it, we as parents, we instill who we are in our children. And once they become adults, they can make that decision. Okay, do I want to be like my parents? Or it was a part of how it impacted me with the music. I was like, oh, I love that Chris Stapleton song. That Chris Stapleton song. That Chris Stapleton song was phenomenal. And I want to give credit, respect, and love to his music department, Tyler Perry music department, because they hit that. They got that music down pat. Or the beautiful Debbie Morgan. Take something, right, and not say her name, the beautiful Debbie Morgan, or not acknowledge a beautiful song like Chris Stapleton, or not acknowledge the funeral scene, because it wasn't comical to me, right? It just made me reflect back to people not having wills. It made me reflect back to seeing on social media where you have a lot of the fighting about the love triangle. It just made me kind of correlate those together. You get what I mean? It may have been comical to some, but that's what we are dealing with in our community. And the truth be told, truth is, we're headed in that direction. Because do we love each other? You know, do we really respect and love one another? Or our goal is to let me tear you down for personal gain, but how far are you going to get? Because they'll be doing you the same way. You get what I mean? So if your advocacy is to tear someone down, wow, you think you're going to be the exception? Do you really think you're going to be the exception? My advocacy for the Tyler Perry Studios brand is to support. And I am so glad that I invested into Debbie Morgan's book, The Monkey on My Back. I'm so glad that I invested into this. This is a masterpiece. This is coming from a woman of color, history, a woman who's been in the industry for 40 some years, almost 50 years. She has a lot to say. I haven't read the book yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to talk about a collective of some things or everything. I'm just happy that I'm able to be in a position to be a light, because there is someone who's looking at what I do, and I want to show and always represent positivity, right? Productivity and profitability. That sounds like a hook to a song or something. So that's what my video focused on. Tyler Perry, I Stand With You, Divorce in the Black. I highly recommend for you to see it. And if you know anyone whatsoever who's currently going through divorce, let them know they are not alone. I recommend for you to tell them to watch Tyler Perry movie. You hear what I mean? But I also would like for you to tell them to make sure they seek therapy, and call them sometimes. Give them a hug. You know what I mean? Have prayer with them and stand with them. Don't leave them destitute. Don't do that. Don't look down on them, and do not boast among them. Don't do that either. My name is Makeba Williams, coming out of beautiful Atlanta. I would love for you to like, comment, and subscribe, and share your beautiful perspective about divorce in the black.